Hello and welcome to round 3 with taxes. This hand is excellent. So our opponent's scrying. Let's just pop up a chat window and check where they shipped. They shipped to bottom, which I don't think really changes how this hand plays out, but it's just worth knowing. Okay, that's really good. We're going to deploy our Ether Vial in a hand that's, I guess, not super dependent on it, but doesn't mind having it. It has been a little more difficult to utilize my Tectonic Edges than I would have expected. But I have played matchups with like Noble Hierarchs and Ether Vials, so this is kind of the showcase matchup for this deck, right? I'm playing against Shadow. Yep, there's a Wraith. Fetch to 12. They'll probably have a turn 2 Shadow. They can't Shadow plus Tasigur without another Wraith. They could Thoughtseize plus Tasigur. That would be the end of the world. Okay, they're going to take Splicer most likely. I guess they could take a Flyer if they're afraid of me killing them from their fairly low life total. Whew. Faded a Shadow. That's really important. Where did their visions go last time? It was top, and this is top. Wow, we are so dead. Well, I guess not playing a creature is stupid, so we will name Liliana of the Veil. Because that was in Mr. Daniel Fournier's deck. I can't name lands with this either, so... Am I going to name... I guess I could have named Tasigur, but I think by the time my opponent's firing off Tasigurs, I'm going to die. Plus, if they had a Tasigur, I think it would have resolved last turn. Oh, that's a 5/5. I don't like that. Angler Dangler. What is my route to victory? Let's cast you one of these. First, second, or third turns. Okay, well that is definitely part of the route to victory. They have 2 cards. 3 flicker. I'm going to pass the turn, I believe. I think that holding almost a full combat step with these is worth more than having an extra turn with just the Wisp because of how that interacts against Shadow. So I'm just going to pass the turn. Sure. I believe I'm supposed to go ahead and chump the Shadow later. I get punished by Kolagon's command here, but... that's not good. Sarah Avenger, one time. This is getting Fatal Push so fast. Maybe it's not getting Fatal Pushed? Okay, that's okay. Ooh, that's a cool interaction. I do have to resto my Flicker Wisp in response to the Flicker Wisp trigger. Otherwise, the original Death Shadow Eye Flicker will have left the battlefield, and they'll be able to Fatal Push my Flicker Wisp in response. Why are you upkeeping? Oh, you're dismembering. Oh, well, this is not going to end well for you. That was basically the perfect for me. Well, I'm not killing them on this combat step. I think I'm supposed to fire upkeep. Just give them the minimum draw steps of an out. Flicker Wisp. Target there. In response, resto. Target here. Flicker Wisp, target here. You did good. I'm going to take this Gurmag hit down to 3. Attack. That's fine. I appreciate that I'm very dead unless this succeeds. Yeah, 3 is a perfect life total. Right? 3. I have to chump block this over one of the next 2 turns. So I think I'm supposed to do it now. This is not getting through. That's fine. I don't want to lose. I guess Lightning Bolt kind of wrecks me here too, but nah. Hooray! Flyers have won the game. Dusk Dawn, get in this biz. Relic of Progenitus, get in this biz. Mirror Crusader, get in this biz. Don't need you, Berent Force Tender. You're not part of the party. I really have no idea what this card's doing in my deck. So I'm going to take it out. This card is Garbo City. I'm okay cutting an Ether Vial, like I said before. Tectonic Edge is oddly awkward here, so maybe I cut one. I'm cutting mana in a lot of ways and adding 4-drops, so let's pretend I didn't say that. Maybe cut Chump Block Splicer, X1. Maybe only bring in 3 relics because it's not the most... Yeah, let's not bring in that many relics. They're okay. I guess they attack Snapcaster, but I don't want to overload on nonsense. Excuse me. I want to actually fight them creature for creature. I think that cutting this Tectonic Edge is loose. So let's cut an Arbiter. Especially on the draw, that card's not the greatest. It's also just kind of not worth a card in a lot of spots. This kind of maximizes my worth of cards. And then this, I'm adding too many high drops. So I do have to cut a high drop, and I'd rather have something with flying or Mirror Crusader, the ability. So this looks great. Yeah, you really got to watch your creature spell density balance here. Yeah, sure, whatever. It's not even a snap-off. I'm just going to get, like, Inquisitioned on 1 and then lose my creature and have 2 Ether Vials. But whatever, that's fine. I accept losing. Yep. Okay. Converted mana cost 9 million. You cannot take it. It's actually 9 for those wondering. Combined with Amonkhet, the rule changed so that it's combined on split cards instead of both, which is... I don't know if one is more or less weird than the other, but, you know, I think it makes a little more sense than having to deal with, like, what is both? Who knows? It's, you know, A and B. Also, can't see the top of your deck, so get wrecked. So they have an Angler hand that's probably a little removal heavy. I'm okay baiting a Stubborn Denial here. This is weird because I don't want to sack my Canopy. I guess maybe they just have a Shadow hand that's slow. I'm not going to speculate on their hand. They could just have whatever they want. I guess the lack of cantrips actually points away from a Delve. I don't know. This is going to be Tasigur. I'm going to kill that Tasigur immediately. That is not a creature I can let my opponent untap with. This is one of the few matchups where Tasigur is, like, distinctly better than Gurmag Angler because of the recursion aspect, even in the control matchups. And I'm doing that. Why am I doing that specifically? I guess I could have... Oh, no, this is good, because if I draw Tech Edge, I can, in theory, Tech Edge them off of red. Maybe I should have waited on the basis of if I hit Arbiter for my draw step. I'm over it. Well, I'm just going to get my thing on the battlefield faster rather than waiting. Good synergy. What does Dust Dawn do? I don't know. Kills half of my creatures for no reason. See, I got rewarded for pathing there. Okay. So they don't have a shadow, I guess? That they... I don't know. Yeah, yes to both. I was going to say, that's exactly the card I want to draw. You can Brawl. And I want to... Inspector later to play around Thoughtseize because I don't care about hitting 2 land drops in a row. I'd much rather my opponent like Thoughtseize me, take a Dust Dawn, and then I clue and then hit something, and it's all good. Because I can, well, maybe I don't want to Violet in before I cast Dust Dawn, but that's not the point. I guess it could be a Mirran Crusader. That'd be sweet. What is this? What costs 1 million mana? Is this Liliana of the Sacrifice of Thraben Inspector? Ooh, it is. Little Inspector is getting her job done. Ooh, each player discards a card. That sounds like the perfect time to activate my Clue ability. Ghost Quarter. Interesting. Kind of like just bidding that. Whatever. They're not playing a Delve creature next turn. I guess I could discard a Dust Dawn. And then if they play a creature, I would Dusk it, not have enough to pressure Lily, so that sounds stupid. So let's just discard Ghost Quarter. See, everything's fine. 3 and 2 seems like the right numbers. Until I obviously draw a Resto Angel or something, but... Everyone at Liliana. Just want that card dead. Fatal Push the token. Sure, that's fine. This is interesting. I kind of like playing the land and discarding a Dusk Dawn, because I like the Dawn half of Dusk Dawn a lot. I guess they're down to 1 card, so I feel like they maybe should have played 1 less land this game. It feels like they're putting themselves into a bind with Lily. Okay. Well, that ended okay. Do I want 3 and 2 or 4 and 3 this turn? 3 and 2, 4 and 3. I want 4 and 3. The reason for 4 and 3 here is because I don't care about any of the 2-drops I can hit here. But I'm just casting. If I want to cast this, yeah, that's stupid. I just want to do this. And then Lily's on 1. My opponent's in top deck mode. This is fine. So the reason for 4 and 3 was that the only 2-drop in my deck that I actually care about entering the battlefield that turn to like a significant amount is I don't even like want Thalia on the battlefield here. And they all come back off of Dawn. So the cards that I care about drawing are like Flicker Wisp, Blade Splicer, like all the impact cards that I can actually hit are things that I want to Violin in response to Liliana, and I'd rather be able to Violin Resto or Flicker Wisp or Mirror Crusader or whatever, than be stuck in a world where I'm like, I mean, if I discard a 2, so let's just start from the premises on the top, because I'm kind of rambling a little. If I discard a 2-drop, I don't care. It just doesn't matter. But if I am forced to discard a 3-drop, I specifically a Resto Angel, because the 4 and the 3, like the 3 and the 4-drops are the things that actually impact the battlefield at this point. And my turn there was 100% casting Dusk Dawn. So that leaves Liliana in a spot where if she ticks up, I could like Violin whatever hitter I hit, like a Resto or a Flicker Wisp, and then just have my opponent completely dead to rights. No! That's not nice. Is this going to be a Fatal Push or Thraben Inspector? I hope it is. Where did they go with those? I should look. They went... that was last game. Top, top. Top, bottom. Okay, so they probably have a creature there. This would not be the world's worst turn to draw Path to Exile. What just happened? Cast Fatal Push targeting Blade Slicer. Oops! And forgot to tick up Liliana? What? What? That just sounds like a bunch of misclicks happened. Okay. So, attack Liliana with both, take out Liliana. Yeah, that's a fine trade for me. These are a fine set of creatures to Dawn back. So I'm going to vial that in. Oh, why did I save that? I should have... Liliana's dead. I was just blanking on that. I should have an Inspector in play here, but... What did they keep on top? Kolagon's Command, I guess? And they can shatter and rebuy the Snapcaster Mage? I'm just attacking with everything here, right? Yeah, that's what I figured. Okay, this is fine. Get some chip beats in. I can... How do I want to play this out? So I have 5 mana to utilize. I want to use 3. I have 6 mana to utilize. 3, 2. So I get to either Tech Edge this, which costs my opponent 1 life, which is not a big deal. Or I think I just want to crack my Clue. I don't really care about the Tech Edge. I can crack the Clue. If I hit another 3-drop, I can cast it. Yeah, this sounds great. Oh, their Blood Crypts in their graveyard. I don't think... They probably have 2 Blood Crypts. Everyone's just playing these 19 land lists, so they're going to have 2 Blood Crypts. I'm not keeping them off of red. Unless... Yeah, just checking their exiled zone. Look at all my derp creatures. I hope they're good enough. Let's draw a card. That's a very good draw. I want to protect my hand from the discard side of K command, so I have no need to use that. So I actually just pass now. So this ended up costing me a damage. We'll see if that matters. This should be the other Blood Crypt. Yep. And they can get back the Shadow off of the K command, so they are... Ooh, okay, I like this. They're kind of incentivized to main phase. I don't want to expose this until they expose their K command, so I have no need to do anything. My Doofus Boofus creatures will take care of the job. Maybe I was supposed to EOT Canopy. I guess I have the land for Dust Dawn, so... Okay, sure, you can snap. You're gonna probably KO a Blade Splicer, rebuy Death Shadow, block a Blade Splicer. I think I'm supposed to Canopy in response? And then if I hit a Resto or something, I can flicker whatever Blade Splicer my opponent's killing, or the Thraben Inspector my opponent's killing, or the Blade Splicer. Nah, I like trading for that. Okay. Well, I still have no need to take any actions whatsoever. And, I guess this Vial could be relevant in a... the land's more relevant. I can always discard the Vial if my opponent goes upstairs with K command. I think I'm hedging against too many options here. But I just want to utilize this once at the end of the game. Should not be much longer. Yeah, I should have... If they shattered this, I do this. I guess they're dead then. Choose wisely. I don't think any of the modes are very good for you. Flashback, destroy this. Then I think now that they've done that, I want to do this on the basis of it shutting them off of Anger of the Gods. Even though it pushes me further away from my stuff. It's a very large shadow. It's not going to get any smaller. Okay, they're going to snap of visions. I actually want to let that resolve, I think. I think that slightly more valuable than messing... I guess... no, that was wrong. They have all their basics out. Never mind. They're not required to search. I just gave them a additional shot to hit something to get out. They hit like a Stubborn Denial if they still have those in their deck. Sweet, we got that. And we would have... well, that would have been more than enough. Okay, cool. We shut them off of red. That sounds great. Yeah, this matchup, it's... I don't think it's unwinnable for the Shadow player, but there's a lot of stuff going on here that can win games. So, to kind of close out on our matches with this deck, I think that it was a pretty good showcase. We got stomped by a deck that we should get stomped by. We're pretty bad in creature mirrors, honestly. The Merfolk mirror was tight. We had some tight decisions, some Flicker Wisp stuff. That was a good showcase of that. And then we crushed Shadow. I think that this is a deck that is very metagame dependent. This happens to be the perfect metagame for it. You've got a Tron deck that isn't going over random bodies. You've got the low land count, like trading deck, so you can actually attack their mana base. Whereas something like Jund is just going to beat the crap out of you with all their 2-for-1s. Yeah, I think those two decks being prevalent is really big, and I think that the lack of Collected Company decks is really big. I think that this format is really open to abuse for someone who plays a Collected Company deck that doesn't lose to Death Shadow, and I think that's actually very doable to build. So I think that if you want to be playing this Death and Taxes deck, get it in now before things start, things shake out one way or another that it's not good anymore. But also at the same time, if you're a fan of Death and Taxes, enjoy the time your deck's at the top. Figure out how to make it succeed a little bit when it's worse. And I think that there will be times in the future where this deck is yet again great and modern. Just be aware that there are times where it is going to be the literal absolute opposite of great.